Alright. Hello! Twitch, how is everybody on this fine night? Give me 1 sec so I can make a test. Make sure everything is running. Oop, that's not what I wanted, but okay. Sure, I'll take bigger pieces of everything than what I actually... That's fine. Whatever. A whole bunch of stuff came up with me. Alright. Okay. We're going to check YouTube, make sure everything is up and running over there. Just give me 1 sec. Looks to me like it's good. That's, Alright, YouTube's good to go. So now I'm going to boot up Twitch, make sure that's all good to go. Give me that. Let's make sure we have everything running. It should be good to go. Let me just see. Okay, everything's good. Everything is good to go, like metadata wise as well. I did the posts earlier, like for the streams. I did them when I made the stream previews. Oops, message in Okamigakure. Unlock 250 bonus bits every 10 subs. It's so weird to me that like they're advertising their features while other people like on other people's channels. Do you know what I mean? It's just a weird thing. It's just a weird thing to me. I don't really understand it, but that's where we're at. Things to catch up on. I'm currently working on the Here's Slay Banner Quest video. I should have had it all finished this weekend, but some stuff came up, so I didn't. I'm trying to get that done and hopefully get a little bit further ahead because I am going to lose my Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, possibly also my Monday. But it is my D&D crew's first game with pretty much everybody intact in months. All the physical players are going to be there, and we're also going to have 2 extra people, which my party was huge to begin with, but that's the way cookie crumbles. It's just that a whole bunch of people are coming early, and I'm not really prepared for that. Sup, AWAS? So I'm hoping to get ahead a little bit. Dex and Jinakechi are going to come as well. Dex has been guest starring has been guest starring in my campaigns. He's been trying to come every time. And we're trying to figure out if we should add him to the main group, but like there's already so much going on. I think it's time I start up the next team. I think we have enough people where I could start up another team. Like there's still plenty of people in the reserves. Though I don't know if I've had this conversation multiple times with like Grimjack and other people where they're like, "Oh, if you knew what you knew now, what would you do differently?" Like as a DM, and I was like, "Okay, if I knew what I knew now, and this isn't immediately once I say this, Grimjack gets defensive. It's not it's not anything against our one player who is basically permanently digital because she lives really, really far away. It's just if I knew what I knew now, and I was starting out as a dungeon master, I would not make games that were half digital, half physical, or like that had players of both. Like I can understand every once in a while setting it up so that like somebody who can't make it in person that week can join us. Totally, that's fine by me. It's just the idea that for this campaign, that was really my first campaign where I put so much time and effort into all this stuff. I am running into issues where I can't give my players certain puzzles where I like want to hand out something physical because then I'd have to buy another version of whatever that physical thing is and ship it to that other player. And I feel like that hampers me. And it's not like I want our one digital players Creepshow Kate. Like I don't want Creepshow Kate not to be part of the campaign. It's just like if I knew what I knew now, I would make all digital content or all physical content. Like being stuck in the middle is more problematic than you would assume. If that makes sense. So, like, I want to get more games in. Also, having the free time to get more games in would be very helpful. Like, I am so very close. The problem is I can't leave the camera set up because someone is going to ruin it. I have to be able to set it up. So like me setting up for my D&D game because I have to set up for Creepshow Kate as well puts like a way harder onus on me, and I have to make sure that the table setup works for the digital players as well. And like I got to do tests with the cameras and microphones, and I got to make sure everything works on that end. And like I don't need that extra stress because my players are stressful enough people as it is. If I could just set up the cameras and leave them there, that would be fantastic. But I know that's not the case. Um, I was actually working on another short for the other channel from Unfairy Tales, and I had 100% forgotten that way back in the day I had this job interview, and I said to my mom like, you have to like please do not bother me for the next hour. I have a job interview. I don't want you to ruin this. And saying that really my family takes that as a challenge. And I didn't remember this until I started work on the video. I was like, oh yeah, there was that one time I tried to have an interview with someone who already English wasn't their first language, so they came in nervous. Every single time they spoke, my mom was standing in the room and started yelling over them. So this guy was like, hey, I would like to open a school. And my mom would go, did you look outside at the grass? And like for 45 minutes, she did this. And I had forgotten that this was a thing. So when I got my job now for Geek Tank Games, when I had my interview, I said the same thing. I was like, yo, I have an interview. Please don't bother me for the next hour. I will whatever I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna say, like just go do something for an hour. That's fine. And when I had this interview, even though my mom doesn't even live in this house anymore, she came in and stood behind me on the video chat and just talked at the back of my head for most of the interview. And it wasn't like he couldn't see her. He knew she was there. He could probably hear. I couldn't really hear her with the headphones on. But I'm sure she was just like leaned into the back of my head being like, hello, what you doing? Johnny? Hello? What's happening now? Hello? Oh my god, bro. There's grass? Oh my god, yeah. I'm not allowed to have a lock on my door. And if I do put a lock on the door, one of my family members will break it down. That is part of my issue here. Um, It's not fun. Privacy? What's that? Never heard of it. Not allowed. Um, they don't even live here. That's the crazy part. They'll still find a way to ruin it. The screwing a rig into the ceiling thing, definitely an idea I've had. Um, we don't necessarily have to get into all the reasons why I don't want to do any modifications to this house here, but suffice it to say, there will be problems no matter what, and I just feel like I might as well let the house go away. Yep. Before I make any mods that it's not going to really help me with, because I won't be here very long. But, I mean, I may get back into that when I get back into Unfairy Tales. Making these shorts makes me feel like there's way more therapy that I need to give myself, if that makes sense. Also, in relation to the actual stream tonight, while we'll be going over this particular adventure, DM Shin, I'm not sure if he's home yet, so I'm going to assume he's going to be late. And DM Lacara also said that she will be a bit late. So I'm going to start at our usual, like 15 minutes in, and then go from there. And that's not 8:15. That's 15 minutes from when I started the stream. Oh, I have. I just did I don't know if it's out yet. In the house that I grew up in, I didn't have a real door. I had one of those folding doors. My family wouldn't give me a real door. They're like, no, you need to be watched at all times. And we used to store for some reason, I don't know why, we used to store the folding chairs in my room. So I discovered if you put a folding chair under the knob of a door that folds, it's, for all intents and purposes, locked. And I was so happy to have a door that locked. And that same week that I figured out I could do that, the favorite child, who is normally, we'll say, even-keeled, freaked out, threw the door off the hinges, and screamed into my room while I was sitting there playing Pokemon on my Game Boy. You're not allowed to have a lock on your door! And then walked away. And I was like, what the fuck? What? I say again, there's no reason for me to have turned out as well adjusted as I have. There's just no reason for it, really. I got real lucky. Real lucky. There's always more therapy that you could be having. It's just, I just get mine out through Unfairy Tales. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I'll probably just have to go back to, if you've been on this channel for a real long time, you've probably heard of Operation Shitting Eagle, but that is what my sweet mates from college used to call it. I would pretend to go to the bathroom to distract my family, and then they would help me move out in the middle of the night. My family would never know where I went. So maybe one day I'll get through Operation Shitting Eagle. That's the goal, I guess. I haven't thought about it in a real long time, but I think it's still realistically the goal. Come on, are you telling me, Awaz, that you couldn't ride a horse? Oh, I almost said up and away. Horses don't fly. Or maybe they do. I mean, we're also going to hear about a horse today, but I believe it's a horse of a different variety, considering it's shooting fire out of its mouth. And, okay, I asked the DMs this. I was like, yo, I know it's not going to be spooky season anymore. Do you think we should still do a spooky season adventure? Because it's still pretty close. Or should we do like a happy sort of family bonding type adventure? And the rest of the DMs were like, I think we don't want to do happy stuff here. And I was like, alright. Yeah, it probably is definitely a nightmare. Do you know how long it took me to figure out Nightmare from Skylanders? like to make the connection, because it's KNIGHT. It's true. It really is. Because KNIGHT and then Mare. I was like, oh, I get it. Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. Amazing. It took me a real long time. Honestly, Nightmare would make a real, like the Skylander would make a really, 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 really good tabletop mini. Maybe one of these days for show and tell, I will share with you guys the list of other figures I've got that I think would work well for D&D. I have a spreadsheet for that. I have a spreadsheet for everything because I love spreadsheets. And that's who I am as a person. But, whew, is it? Is it really? How did I miss that? Well then, perfect. Yeah, we're on schedule for this. Okay. But oh, interesting. I am gonna change this music a bit because it's time that we start our adventure. Ooh. Ooh. So this is Adventures Awaits, Ride of the Headless Horror. Excuse me. The horror is not me burping. It's just who I am as a person. I apologize. This is an adventure for third level adventurers in the system's 5e. I think you could probably figure that out after we start like going into things. But if you are on YouTube right now, you can drop the description of this very video and you can go download it from DriveThruRPG. If you're not, I'm going to send y'all a link to where you can pick up this adventure. But if you know, there's a reason. If you want to ping me, I might have a copy that I can share with you. You know. But otherwise, you can support Adventures Await because they're great. No one will be unhappy if you do. They're awesome. I'm also pretty sure that most of the Adventures Await adventures that I have in this folder are samples from the I have Adventures Await's first adventure book. I'm pretty sure they're all adventures that are in that book. So at some point, I'm sure I'm going to be reading them and being like, wait a minute. Why does this seem so familiar? But we're going to take a look at Ride of the Headless Horror. So, okay. This is something I've recently... There's a bunch of people... they're all late. There are a bunch of people who have been asking on like DM Academy and other subreddits recently, like, oh, can I play a game with 2 people? Can I play a game? Like, how many people should I have in the party before we actually start the campaign? And while that's entirely up to y'all, the vast majority of adventures and modules that you'll find out there, like whatever level they say they are, that's what they're guessing your group is composed of. If your group is composed of 4 players. There's a little bit of give where it's 4 to 5 players in most cases. This one says like, oh yeah, your average party level's 3 because there's 4 characters, but like you can go 4 or 5. But you could for sure play D&D with 2 people. You could play with 3 people. I started my okay, so technically my campaign started with 5 people, and then 3 more people joined, and then for quite a few sessions we had 8 people. It didn't actually start with 8 people, but I had 8 people. It gets real unwieldy after like 6, and you can't really get anything done. So, while it's cool and great to have everyone at the table having fun, it really does work best when you're at like 6 and below. I think. A lot of people would also consider 6 too many, but I think 6 is manageable if the players are also willing to sort of manage themselves to be like, hey, I think what you want to do is great, but if it's just your character and the other 5 of us are here, you could do that on the side while the rest of us do this thing. And I think that that's fantastic. Because sometimes if the DM is like, yo, I, I see what you're saying, we can do that another time, and then we'll just backfill it. But like, there's a lot of stuff happening here. I know at our table when Grimjack starts doing cooking recipes, it's not that we don't enjoy the way that he role plays and what have you, but I know for a fact that like Valley of Ageria gets real pissed off when she's like, he's just doing this one thing by himself and the rest of us have to sit there. And I understand that. So when it comes from the other players, I think it has a better effect than sometimes when the DM's like, hey, can we do this later? I feel like that makes the player feel dismissed. But when it comes from the other people in the party, I don't know. There's a different vibe to it, even if they're very angry. I don't know how to explain it. It could just be my experience. Maybe if everyone at your table talked like normal humans, you would have a greater time running your campaigns. I do realize also that a lot of the questions that people pose here or there on the Reddit, most of the answers always turn out to be like, why don't you talk to your players? Or why don't you talk to your DM? You could just talk. If you just talked about your issues, you get worked on. Again, with the therapy type stuff. But this adventure, if you start at level 3, should get you halfway to 4th level. Okay. So this means like you could use this as a starter adventure, starter mission, because, okay, this all depends on your preference. I started my players at level 1. A lot of people start their campaigns at level 3 because then their players have all of like their class abilities already. It all depends on your playstyle. You can do whatever you want, but this could be your starter mission and get your players halfway to level 4. That's cool. But a headless undead soldier is menacing a local village and must be stopped. This campaign takes place in Arden in the Wildlands. Any party composition should be able to finish the adventure with intelligent play. That's gonna be very important, I'm sure. True. A lot of people do start at 5 as well. I also feel like a lot of people don't start their campaigns at level 1 because they're scared they're going to kill their characters. And that could be on the DM side or the player side. But honestly, like, I think that's part of the fun, growing to the point where you're comfortable enough adventuring, because adventuring is, again, inherently a terrifying proposition. Like, the danger level is so high that like you need to grow accustomed to it. So I like starting at 1, but hey, you do what you want to do. Background. Also, Arden in the Wildlands, that's not in Faerun or anything. That is in Adventures Awaits area. Campaign setting. Okay. So the Wizards thing today. Somebody said on one of the Reddits, they go, "Hey, the Banneret is a shit fighter subclass." And the top comment on that post was, "Of course it's a shit subclass. It's a fighter subclass, not a wizard subclass." And I lost it. All sleep? All sleep? But background: the crypts of Crowsmeat, ancient by most standards, have long held the remains of great heroes. Recently, a duo of grave robbers attempted to pilfer the remains of a cavalry soldier and unknowingly released his vengeful spirit onto the town as a whole. One perished within, while the other fled to the local inn, his ill-gotten gains hidden in his pack. Now every night the Headless Rider appears in the local graveyard and begins his ride through the town proper, seeking his missing helm. That's why he's headless. Gotcha! Any who come across him find themselves at the sharp end of his blade. Thus, when the sun sets, the town shelters within the old church, waiting the rider out until the sun drives him back to his resting place. Unless someone can return the stolen helm or slay the specter, his reign of terror will continue unabated. Oh, yeah. If Shin were here, he'd be like, when you play the older editions, like if someone's asleep and you just attack them, they die straight up. And I'm like, yeah. One thing I like about Adventures Await is that they almost always give you a background, which is like, this is what's actually happening. And then they give you adventure hooks, which are ways for you to tie this into what's happening in your campaign already. Like, you can use these hooks. You don't have to use the hooks, but you can use the hooks. It's just like, here's the background. Now here's 3 ways you can slide that in. He comes at night. The characters enter the town just as the sun sets. They hear the local church bell ringing and see Oh my! You can Resident Evil 4 this shit. Un forastero! Coelho. Like, okay, sure. A frantic message. The characters are met on the road by a poor commoner, out of breath and frightened beyond belief. He explains that his village has been beset upon by a terrible specter that hunts for heads when the sun sets. Eager to help, they head for the village, arriving just as the sun slips below the horizon. They hear the local church bell ringing and see everyone racing. Goddamn! Every time I see, okay, you could also make Venom hang out here, man. The church bells to knock Venom off its host. But all I'm thinking is Resident Evil 4. Probably because this is what we were talking about. We were playing Marvel Rivals the other night. Un forastero! Coelho. Yo. I was having this conversation. This guy made a thing on the subreddit. He was like, I made this Ranger rework because I don't like magic in my Ranger. And I was like, that's so weird to me because like the Ranger that I play with loves magic and just wants more of it. But it's okay, sure, let me read this. And we got into this conversation and he was talking about how like DPS wise, Rangers won't get as high as fighters. And I was like, listen, I think it's super cool that you would go in and take those calculations, but I don't think the average person looks at that kind of stuff, because the average person, like, there's more to it than just swinging on people, like there's the dice have to factor in there and what have you. But I was like, you know what? I have never had a fighter in either my party or in a campaign that I'm running. I've never seen anyone play a fighter, which is crazy because it's supposed to be like the air quotes default class. You know what I mean? I see what you did there. Crypts of Treasure. Okay, this is how you probably get most players. The characters heard of a disturbance in the crypts of Crowsmeat. Eager to explore the supposedly treasure-filled halls, they arrive in town just as the sun sets. They hear the local church bell ringing and see everyone racing for its friend. God damn. Un forastero! Coelho. A nightly raid. Regardless of how or why the characters find themselves in Crowsmeat, they arrive just as the sun is setting. They hear a bell ringing above a large building and see everyone headed for its front door. If they don't make their way to the church in question, read the follow. Okay. I know the adventure says whatever happens, your players are getting to Crowsmeat as the sun sets. I don't like that. I'm just putting that out there. Like, I seriously think, yes, this is like intrigue. This throws you right into the mission. If you were doing a one-shot, this makes total sense. But if you're starting your campaign with this, let your players get there during the day, okay? Let them get there during the day. And then to hear the dong, 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 and to have everyone run to the church will honestly be way more scary for your players. Like, what's going on here? Huh? Huh? More so than them just coming in and being like, oh, maybe there's a night church session. I don't know. But like if they're talking to someone and that person runs for the church without saying anything, I think that's going to be way more scary. What's your suggestion, Awas? Uh, no. Water. Okay, so quickly, you must get to the church. He's coming. A passing commoner takes you by the arm and urges you forward towards the large wooden structure. Okay, or you could just take me. But for a one shot, that probably makes more sense. If they resist, the commoner eventually lets go and makes a run for it. What happens next depends on if they enter the church or not. Okay. If they enter the church, they're ushered in by the locals and the doors barred. Shortly thereafter, a man is heard shouting from outside, begging to be let in. As he makes his way across the road, he suddenly locks up in place, his face frozen in fear. Moments later, a ghostly rider races past, and with a flick of his wrist, he separates the man's head from his shoulders. The headless horror then proceeds to race around the church, his skeletal warhorse neighing and rearing up in frustration. Eventually, he gives up and rides off into the night. Man, hear me out. If he's gonna just lop heads off, what up, Woody? If he's just lopping heads off, why isn't he at least trying them on? He's just killing people and not saying nothing about it, so nobody knows what's happening. I feel like you gotta, like we talked about last week. Like sometimes being subtle is too subtle. I need this ghost to be like, where is my head? Yes! I like that. That's good. Zoom. Okay, if they remain outside the church, though, they see the last of the commoners seal themselves inside the church. Shortly thereafter, a man is heard shouting from outside, begging to be let in. As he makes his way... Oh, same thing. Okay, so this guy dies no matter what. I don't like that, but you do you. If you're doing a one-shot, I totally understand. But, like, I'm going to assume that your players are at least one person in this party is going to be heroic and be like, no, and try to save this guy. Okay? I'm going to assume. So they can at least try. But encounter the ghostly rider. The headless horror and his skeletal warhorse fight until the horror takes 28 damage or his horse takes 10 damage. Because you can choose, I want to hit this horse or I want to hit this dude. And I'm going to say, clearly, this is a team that knows what they're doing. They're trained. So if you're running them as the DM, you should be giving them their own pool of actions, as opposed to when someone's just riding a mount that like they haven't really trained yet. All it can basically do is dodge if it wants to. But I would say give these two both their own separate action pools. At that point, they flee off into the night towards the graveyard. Except fire comes out. Yes, you can do that too. Once the rider leaves, the characters are introduced to the following notable villagers. Thorin Bronzebeard, a grumpy male dwarf. He owns the local inn and is currently seeing to the assorted unnamed villagers, making sure everyone is present. He shares the following if engaged in conversation. This stuff I like. Like, if I talk to this person, is he going to give me anything that I should be telling the players? The rider began terrorizing the town a week or so ago. The armor the rider wears is that of the old guard, the soldiers crow's meat sent into battle in the last war. Ooh. The inn hasn't seen anyone new since the rider arrived. The last two customers were a man named Kragus and his brother Florin. These are them dicks that went and desecrated a grave. Ellie Swiftthumb is... I'm sure there's tons of unnamed villagers. Oh, I see what you're doing there. Yeah. You're going to make me bust out the fantasy name generator for every single character? Ellie Swiftthumb, a helpful female gnome. She runs the local shop. Her passion is herbology, and she often finds herself out in the forests foraging for various plants. She shares the following if engaged in conversation. The rider was first spotted by a stranger from out of town, a man named Kragus. It was chasing him down the road. Luckily, the sun came up and the rider retreated. Judging by the mud his horse leaves behind on the road, she believes he's coming from the old crypts. Okay, that makes sense. To the north of town, so you're telling your players where to go. Okay. Fair. She saw two strangers out that way about a week ago while she was collecting grave moss. She didn't get a good look at them. Ooh. Tuella Wastrel, that's a cool name, is a hardy female halfling. She's the town's blacksmith. Currently, she's helping reinforce the barricaded door. She's tough as nails and very blunt. She shares the following if engaged in conversation. Her business has all but dried up since the rider arrived. The last sale she made was to a man named Florin who was passing through. She sold him dungeoneering equipment. Oh, I wonder if there's a dungeon. She can provide the characters with basic weapons if they need them, but only if they'll use them to defeat the rider. Interesting. If they happen to defeat the rider, they should keep an eye out for his missing head. The helmets used by the old guard sometimes had powerful enchantments on them. It would be worth a pretty coin. Also, that's free shit for the party. Like, they're fighting over that, I'm sure. Kragus Forsyth, a shady human male. It's always the humans. Yes. He and his brother Florin stole the rider's magic helmet. Oh my god. My brain just cut. That was weird. Okay, I'm back now. I'm back in my own brain. That was weird. Oh, that's what you want to take home? I mean, probably not going to say no. If you want to get some of that blacksmith Rizon. I'm sure it involves a lot of cleaning ore and such. A lot of hammering down. If you know what I mean. Wink. Since you can't see it, I have to announce it. Stole the rider's magic helmet and his skull, which was inside of it. How do you not know? Causing the specter to rise from the dead and seek revenge. The rider's presence has caused other undead to rise up, and it was in fact these undead that killed Florin, Kragus' brother. Kragus is hiding out in town, waiting for the rider to give up his pursuit so he can flee with his stolen goods. He's never giving up. He's already dead, bro. He doesn't want to speak to the characters and will shoo them away if they try to talk to him. If the characters can deduce that Kragus and his brother were the ones responsible for what's going on, and they confront him with proof, he'll admit to his crime, return the stolen helmet and the skull inside, and beg the characters to return his brother's corpse. How do you not know that there's a skull in the helmet? It's like, how? Huh? Treasure. Magic helmet. The helmet has an onyx visor and functions as a pair of goggles of night. Yeah, like, these guys suck at grave robbing, bro. Regardless of whether or not the characters deduce that Kragus is to blame, the townsfolk will ask them to head to the crypts and deal with the rider once and for all. They'll recommend they head there, during the day, since that's when the rider is inactive. If the characters dawdle and fail to head that way before the next sunset, the rider appears in town as above, fighting and fleeing. He'll repeat this course of action until killed. Also, yes, 100%. This town, there's church bells. There's no cleric. I know remove curse is not like a first level spell, but still. Oh, who is it? The cleric that you meet in Phandalin. Sister, whatever. She's not high enough level to use remove curse, and my players hate that about her. They're like, well, what can she do? And I'm like, I mean, she could heal you like one time a day, give or take. They're like, why is she worthless? And I'm like, bro, you guys are adventurers. For a cleric, she's doing pretty well. Ooh, yes. God, Freakazoid is good. Land of the Dead. The crypt lies in the center of a small graveyard an hour north of town. So you can give your players an encounter on the way if you want to. The road there is well traveled and it's easy to find. Numerous graves lie in front of 3 large stone structures. The gates to all 3 are locked. They can be picked with a DC Dexterity 14 sleight of hand check or forced open with an athletics check. Same DC. The staircase in the center building leads down into the crypt. Encounter skeletons. As soon as the characters open one of the gates, the other gates to all 3 buildings. First, it should say the other 2 if there's 3 buildings and you just opened one. All of the above, I guess? Question mark? It's definitely a graveyard, but it seems like there are mausoleum crypts. At least one of them has a dungeon inside of it. That's what I'm guessing. If we want to break it down real hard. So yeah, but 9 skeletons come pouring out, 3 from each. They charge the characters, swords drawn. No arrow skeletons? Also true. Or is it that the Headless Horseman very politely locks the doors every time he goes back to sleep? Treasure, dead belongings. Each skeleton has a short sword, a short bow. Yeah, they have short bows. Why are they not shooting then? Half a dozen arrows and 2 gold. If the characters search the 2 buildings to the east and west, they also find a chalice worth 25 gold and an ornate locket worth 50 gold. Why? Okay. I'm not... They're going to take that and they're going to be cursed too. What's happening here? This is just like a quest to get cursed. I'm sure none of them are going to take somebody's skull, though. Like the ancient Egyptians, they buried their cats with them. You'd be like, oh, you took a cat with you? What a dick! Crypts of the Dead. The crypts of Crow's Meat have existed for over 100 years. They house the most honored heroes the town has ever produced. They have the following features, unless otherwise specified. Oh, this is good for when you're inside them. The ceilings are made of stone and rise 10 feet above the floor. The floors are made of cracked tiled stone, covered in a moldy carpet, while the walls are made of cobbled granite. Doors. The doors are made of a thick oak with metal banding. They're all unlocked unless otherwise noted, except the front ones, apparently. True. Selective curses. Lighting. Assorted churches. Yeah, why would you put a carpet in there? That's weird. If anything, I'm going to put a rug of smothering in that room. Lighting, assorted torches. Freaking hell, torches burn in holders along the walls. Now, one thing I realized I have not done yet is... Give me one moment, please. Because I can show y'all... Let me see if this works. Boom. This is the town of Crow's Meat. I thought it's not a keyed map. I can see why it would be moldy, for sure. This one's not keyed, but this is Crow's Meat. So I'm going to assume this is the church because it looks like a church. That's cool. However, super cool thing about this is, yes, there's a church. Is this where the bells are, or is this a catapult? It kind of looks like a catapult. Hey. Maybe it was late. Or, okay. So Valley Vigeria gets into this argument all the time because she hates the term prone. And she's like, I hate that you're telling me I'm prone. I'm like, I'm telling you. And everyone else at the table is like, we're telling you that you have the prone condition. Like, you're down on the floor. You're not asleep, but you're down. And she's like, well, which way am I facing? I need to know if I'm facing up or down, because one of those is prone and one of those is supine, and you're not telling me which one I am. And we're like, Ooh, is it a ship? I'm assuming it's a vehicle. Or is it a... it can't be a species. It's got to be a vehicle. Oh, I guess I guess the shop. You come buy your flowers and your veggies and your stuff. This must be the inn because there's lots and lots of beds. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, they're windows. I was gonna say they got doors in the back of their bedroom so they can come in and out. That's really weird. No, those are supposed to be windows. I gotcha. I gotcha. Somebody random's house. Another house. I guess town hall with like a bounty board in here or something. What up, Dex? Kyle Katarn. Oh man. The cool thing about this particular map is that there's also a nighttime version of it, baby. And it has the lights already done on it. You would clear... Listen, it's nice to listen to her, but when you're playing the game, it gets real slow sometimes. Uh, because it has the light sources, you can use these if you're on Roll20 or Foundry or something like that to actually design the dynamic lighting. So like your players wouldn't know, like when their characters step in here where there's no light, if they don't have a life source. Well, yes, clearly if they're dead, I'm sure it'll be dark as well. They don't have a light source, it'll be dark. And then with dynamic lighting, you can make it so like, oh, like they can see now, or they can see that this light is shining out here. And they'll be able to see things in that stream of light. I like this. Oh, there's a blacksmith place. Or if you have dark vision, it doesn't matter. Everybody's got dark vision anyway. Actually, they're assuming someone in your party doesn't have dark vision because that helm functions as having goggles of night, which basically just gives you dark vision. I have seen multiple threads of people being like, can I blind someone with a bright light if they have dark vision? And I've actually never looked at the science behind it. So I like blind sight. I like blind sight so much. Blind sight's such a cool ability. Just to be like, ugh, you have a radar sense. You can see ghosts and shit. Well, I think technically rules is written if the ghost is choosing to be invisible and tangible and like chill on the ethereal plane, then you have to roll to see if you can see them. But because they're technically hiding. But otherwise, it's pretty cool. Can you? Can you? Um, but yeah, that's this one. There is a keyed map in this set. That would be the next one. So, what we're going to do is swap between the two of these. Yes! I miss the idea of thermal vision. I think that that's super cool. And I also just like the idea of, like, if you have like a big monster or a monstrosity and their idea of having thermal vision makes more sense. I like that idea. Hmm. I just assumed you had like the reflective coating that like dogs and cats have. That's how I've always looked at it. Someone would also, well, I was going to say someone would have to make a flashbang, but instead they're probably just going to use, whatchamacallit, oh my god, I'm so stupid. I can't think of what it was. They didn't blind anyone with it, but I let my players one time, they were like, can I blind this guy with my dancing lights? And I was like, no, but if you put the 4 of them together and like shine them directly onto his pupils, you might distract him. But I guess I would probably allow if someone was like, oh, can I have a round where this guy can't really see if I put the 4 dancing lights like in his eyeballs? Maybe I'd let that work if someone had dark vision. But I also feel like that kind of thing is only going to work when they're actually in the dark, if that makes sense. Like, I just don't see... Yeah, that kind of thing. I think those are good options too. The glowing coin one. So you can be like Johnny from Guilty Gear? Okay. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Okay. Ow, my foot. I gotta switch back to you. Okay, cool. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through these, and then we'll come back to the map and take a peek at them. So, I want this. Okay, now I'm on the same place that you guys are. And smoke bombs. Smoke bombs. Like Kibbles. I don't know if I would make like Kibbles' smoke bombs specifically, because in Kibbles' Inventor, which is like a Artificer remake, one of the subclasses just has infinite smoke bombs, and he's like, I think it's fine because if you give people infinite of them, they're gonna use them outside of combat. And I was like, I mean, I'd use them outside of combat anyway. But like, I don't want my player to every bonus action ever be like, smoke bomb. So that's going to get annoying real fast. This party's going to be like, is there any purpose to you doing that? And they'll be like, nah, smoke bomb. Smoke bomb. Smoke bomb. So, entrance. So anything in these little purple boxes is something that like the DM can just read off to the group. The stairs lead down into a well-lit chamber with hallways leading off to the east and the west. Encounter zombies! Each of the 8 coffins along the walls contains a single zombie. When the characters open their first door, the zombies break out of the coffins and begin moving towards the group. They try to grapple anyone they can and pull them to the ground so they can feast on them. Ah! I'm sure the contents are non-toxic, so I mean you could look like Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. The way that the fire comes out of like the sides of his mouth, except it'll be smoke for you. So that is area 1. That's not it. What just happened? Why is it blank? Excuse me? Hello? Nope. Hold on. Oh, I see what happened here. Hold on. I bet you. Yep. Because of the name. Oh, it's a different file. That's so weird. I had to reset it to the original to make sure that OBS could pick it up because it was trying to read the file name. But this is the entrance. Oh, I see. So you come down the staircase. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the zombies. Now, do remember that in D&D lore, like they said, they want to throw you on the floor to feast on you. In D&D lore, generally speaking, zombies don't, like, there's no virus for them to transfer. So if they bite you, unless you want to add some kind of curse, they're just biting you for damage. And I mean, it's going to suck that they're going to like tear the flesh from your bones, but you don't run the risk of also becoming a zombie. I'm looking back. I'm shifty eyeing because that was like the perfect time to come in, because I had just said in D&D lore, like if a zombie bites you, you don't actually run the risk of also becoming a zombie. And then I heard the bloop bloop. I was like, or do I?
Are you trying to say I'm a zombie?
I would never. Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry. I did not think you would be here alone.
That's okay. I did see Shin was typing something a while back, so I think he is home. But I don't actually know if he's ready to do stuff. But I did see that he was typing.
Ah, okay. Well, it'll be nice if we see him.
Yeah.
What are we doing tonight?
Tonight we are taking a look at the Bride of the Headless Horror. There we go. I was gonna say.
Oh, that's right.
For some reason, my brain wanted to say we're going on the Tower of Terror, which is a ride at Six Flags, and I don't know why. That's what my brain went to.
Well, I would definitely not be accompanying you on that. But the Ride of the Headless Horseman, I will.
Hell yeah.
Headless Horror, whatever.
It's the same thing. Okay, so we read the background already, and we just want you to know that these might be the stupidest thieves of all time because they stole a magic helmet, but they didn't take the skull out of it. They don't know there's a skull in the helmet.
Wait. So nobody tried wearing it, clearly.
Nope.
I mean, I don't know. I would think that looking to see if there was anything in the helmet would be... How does the skull stay in the helmet? I mean, either the helmet's upside down, in which case you could see there was a skull in it, or it's right side up, in which case how's the skull staying in it?
Hey, Waz, you've done a wonderful job at that, though.
Oh, right. I should hop into the chat.
Waz is like, I've had to keep everyone entertained. You did a good job.
Oh, yay.
Hey, Dex and Fist helps too, and Woody as well.
I was doing things with the tiny barbarian.
Oh.
To answer Awaz's question. Thank you for keeping everyone entertained.
Oh, snaps. Okay. Oh, I don't think I mean, maybe for the, well, I'm trying to think how close he is to an airport. Not that close. Close, but not that close.
Just touched, well, yeah, and also if he just touched down, then that 25 minutes ago, then he's probably still waiting for baggage.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll miss him.
I do miss Shin. I have not talked to him in a while.
That's true. I messaged him the other day, and he was like so far down my DMs list on I almost said Twitter. Nope. On Discord. I was like, damn, bro, where you been at?
Yeah. He's having a rough time of it.
Yeah. Poor guy. But yes, to answer your question, Awaz, this map is keyed. The other ones are not. But I also feel like at least the first map that we went through, it doesn't necessarily matter. It's like the town map, because like it's self-explanatory and they don't actually tell you to do anything in town. Just that like you'll be running from the Headless Horseman if you're in town at night.
Oh, why does this thing... I had to change the extension on the file.
Oh.
Because you had it as like a... Oh. Nope.
Oh, because you have to
cannot
download
open it.
both of them and then unzip them together. It was too
What?
big. It was stupid.
How do you unzip them together?
As long as they're in the same directory, if you click the first number and unzip, it'll work. Yeah, Discord wouldn't let me send it, and I was like, you're stupid. Too big.
Will it, though?
Man.
Well, here's the thing. It doesn't realize that it needs to unzip it.
Oh, man.
Let me see.
Oh. You're on a Mac, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Super does not work on a Mac.
Dang it.
It's fine. I'll just follow along on your screen.
What? So I started to type. You guys can't see what I'm typing because the PDF is open. And I started to type, can I unzip a broken up, and instead of what I'm typing, the first suggestion it has for me is, can I extract a broken tooth? No, that's not what I'm looking up at all.
And no, you should not. There are professionals for that.
How do we do this? Oh. It says...
This is like really hardcore music for you.
I'm trying to... This song is a remix of... It might be... It's either the boss battle music or the boss introduction music from Parasite Eve.
Never heard.
You are correct. Apparently Macs can't do a split zip by themselves. And people are like, you can tell your Mac that actually all the files are one file and then unzip them. And I'm like, would that not be what we're trying to do already? I'm confused.
I have no idea. It's fine. I don't need it.
So, would you like to read the collapsed tunnel?
Ooh. The passage ahead is full of rubble and dirt. It appears as though the ceiling collapsed here at some point. The passage is blocked off. It can be cleared if the characters spend 8 hours digging. What version of D&D is this for?
5e. Oh my. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna switch back over to the map. I don't think that's 8 hours worth of crap.
Do share. I am very curious.
What? There's no way this is 8 hours worth. How slow are you guys?
How many squares is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's like 45 linear feet of digging. That's I mean, if you don't have dwarves and axes and stuff, I
guess if you're going by hand,
it takes
maybe.
A while. Yeah. Or by mold earth.
Yes!
5 feet at a time. 10 years later.
I love this.
I know. Anytime somebody says mold earth, and you like get a little too excited.
They were talking about they were saying in the crypts they have rugs. No, yeah, sorry, not rugs, carpets. And all we were like, why? Why would you put a carpet? And they're like, they're moldy. I'm like, yeah, I assume.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Like, why would you do that? But then they
It's
were
a
talking about the
crypt.
walls, and I was like, oh, dwarves come in here and stone cutting the shit out of them walls if they wanted to. I
You're
love
very
me some stone
earth-centric.
cutting.
You're very earth. I'm just realizing this. Like, you are very. I guess it makes sense. I mean, astrologically, you're like everything earth
Yeah, I am an
associated.
earth snake.
Yep.
I'm a
You're an earth
snake.
snake. You're a Virgo, which is an earth sign.
Is it?
Yeah.
I assumed it was water because I'm a naked lady.
Why would that make you think water?
Usually, girls are water because you're evil.
No, we're dark and mysterious, damn it. Get it straight.
I was thinking
uh,
specifically of the yin portion of yin and yang for the evil part, even though it's not really, but.
yeah. He says evil for that. That's just like straight up Judeo Christian, like Apple Eve story. Oh my god, I saw something the other day. I'm sure everybody on the internet has seen this back in like, 2004, but I just discovered it. It said,
Fair.
never tick off a woman because she's the only person that's met the devil and you don't know what else they discussed other than the apple.
Ooh. Ooh, I like that.
I was like, oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Oh, they definitely. My sister argues about this all the time. She's like, "How come you guys never ask each other for details when you're telling a story or someone's talking to you? You guys are just like, yeah, we hung out, we had fun." And my sister's like, and I'm here being like, do you know like what the baby's name is? Do you know like who attended the party? And all the guys are always like, nah, we talked. Like we don't need any more information. But I know that she needs information. So much information.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I'm on the woman's side of this. Talking is not the same thing as actually communicating. Communicating means
Mm.
information was passed.
Oh, that's cute. True, 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 true. Okay, I read
Oh,
everything, so I'm gonna leave the rest to you.
oh, all right. Eastern Tomb. Single ornate coffin in the room, torches bathe the room in a dim light. Encounter white. If anyone disturbs the coffin, a white comes out and attacks. Okay, sounds reasonable.
Hmm.
Treasure tomb belongings. That
Well,
does not sound like a great series of things for fighting a white.
yeah, okay, I haven't read ahead in this adventure at all. I'll switch back to the map so you guys can see where this is, but it's the top right corner. But I was gonna say before they were like, oh, there's all skeletons and they only have their swords out, but it says if you kill them, you can get their bows. And I was like, why didn't they shoot them? That's stupid. And then they're like, there's just zombies. And I'm like, are there gonna be ghouls in here? Is it just like basic bitches and then the headless horror? But you put a white in there. That's a scary dude.
Yeah. And you get like a sword and some arrows out of it.
This is all right, I guess.
Did it say what levels this is supposed to be? Like what range or tier this
Level
is supposed to be for?
3.
Oh, okay. That's not bad then.
They can do it. I believe in
They can do
them.
it. Is seven
Oh,
is
okay.
seven where the white is or where the Oh no. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Tomb of the Rider.
Uh, I would say I
Wait,
believe in
you've got a
them,
headless
but it
Oh, yeah.
says at the beginning that I gravitated towards this sentence at the beginning. Any party composition should be able to finish the adventure with intelligent play.
That's great.
I see what
Quiet
y'all did
nod to
there.
all of you with horrible parties.
Yeah, I see what y'all did there, and I love it.
Yeah. Headless horror, skeletal horse. Cool. Main altar, there's a ghost.
Tell us the joke. Tell us the joke. Oh, this is the first worst thief ever. Sorry, worst grave robber ever. I feel like you're on a lower tier than thief. Desecrating graves and shit. You're a bad person.
Ah, interesting. Okay. So they can choose what to do. I mean, almost no party. Even my ragtag band of adoption agency is not going to get 4/7 of the way into this place and turn around to get the ghost's body back to its brother.
At the
I mean,
at
I
the
could.
at the beginning of the adventure, when you meet like the headless horror for the first time, like whatever your players do, you're supposed to decapitate a random townsfolk. And I'm like,
Mhm.
listen, I know not everybody's party is all heroes, but you got to put something in there to be like, oh, one of your party members can try to stop this guy from getting decapitated. Like somebody in the party is going to be heroic in some capacity, okay?
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'll switch over so you guys can see the main altar. Spooky. Oh, the main altar's huge. Wait, he legit is the worst thief. So he robbed the thing up here and then ran straight to the dead end? Bro, you suck.
This is why he became the ghost tied to the place and not like, just a successful grave robber.
He did his best,
Also,
and it wasn't good enough.
also, like, who's to say when this guy actually died? He's like, get my body back to my brother. It's like, you could be 300 years later. You're a ghost, dude.
True. Ooh. It's only because the rest of the adventure is like, oh yeah, his brother's in town with the head in his bag. And I'm like, oh, bro, again, how do you not know? So I'm presuming that the head was attached. So they just ripped it off the skeleton to take the helmet. How do you not know there's a skull in there?
I don't. I mean, wait, no, because it says that he was killed by the headless horror. Well, I
Mm,
guess that could
mm,
imply that it just became headless, but it does sound like it was already headless.
mm. Oh yeah, that could be. That could be. And they're all saying they say in the adventure like once he decapitates someone in town, like that's his thing. He just decapitates people and walks away. And I was like, remember how we talked about last week with Club saying like sometimes being subtle is too subtle? Uh,
Hmm.
I'm gonna make him try them heads on, man. Like let me. This is what he wants. Give him what he wants.
Yeah. Cat stereotypes.
Boop. I figure once we're done with this page, I have one more song, but this is a good song. I'm not gonna say no. Oh, another one. Ooh.
There's another tomb. And you get a tomb, and you get a tomb.
Also, how
uh,
come aren't whites usually very very angry? Like, isn't that their whole
yeah.
shtick? Like I said, angry ghosts.
Yeah.
They're the only ones who are totally asleep until you mess with their tomb, their coffin.
And strong.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, that's why I was like, this doesn't seem
If anything, I
right.
would
Not
expect
like
them to be the ones to burst out of their coffins and attack you, not the zombies. Unless like you got real close to one of the zombies' coffins, and then
yeah.
they like got a bite out of you, and the rest of them were like, "Oh yeah, dinner time."
Yeah. Grave robber.
This guy also has no. They have the same stuff. Like if they were like venerated heroes, this is garbage. I don't feel like they're venerated.
Wait, where did Florin's head go?
Florin is the ghost on the main altar.
No,
Oh,
I
his
know that.
ghost is there. Oh wait, hold on.
His decapitated body lies near the rubble. Oh, the head lies off to one side. I was not reading.
So he tried to. Oh, he ran the wrong way around the ring. He didn't go to the dead end. I mean, he
Yeah.
went to a dead
Yeah.
end, sure,
He didn't
but
know it was a dead end.
yeah. Wait,
But
where's?
also, wouldn't you go back and try to run the other way? Like, who's gonna look at that and be like, I can dig through that?
Yeah, I would for sure have run the way I came, the way that I know.
Yeah.
But hey, you do you, Florin. Oh wait, that didn't work out very well now, did it?
Well, maybe he's like me. I am great at telling directions out of doors, but if you put me in a building that has two doors in it, I will get lost and go through the wrong one.
Ooh,
It doesn't matter
ooh.
if I just walked in through one.
My oldest sister's
I
kind of
become a
like
rat
that.
with a
If you like put her in a
yeah.
building and show her a wall, then like she has no idea like how to get out of that building. Like her
Yep.
sense of direction is now broken.
It's a real thing. I don't know if it has a name, but like it's a real handicap. I inherited it and it's a real problem. It's, it is definitely genetic and it is definitely just something that like breaks with the wiring in your brain when you're indoors. I become a goldfish.
Mold earth would be useful right now. Also, okay, so uh, I don't remember what homebrew supplement this is from, but my my party and I love. I think it's from Tim the Gnome's Elementalist pocketbook or something. But it's a Earth spell, a level one or first level Earth spell where you pop an earthen disc out of the ground and you chuck it at someone, and if it hits someone, it just automatically knocks them prone. So my players, what we use it for in my campaign is if someone's riding a mount, someone will try to earthen disc them off the mount. What's up, Double Time? I know you. How you doing? I'm gonna see you this weekend. Um, speaking of my party, uh, and we just love like Earth. I guess I do really like Earth-based spells. Earth and Disc is sweet.
Isn't that like Tensor's floating disc? Or a different spell?
Smaller. I think also Tensor's floating disc isn't allowed to do damage, and it just follows you.
Okay. I was like, I've definitely heard of something like this
Mm,
before. But yeah, that's kind of like the mage hand version, I guess.
yeah, we almost always describe Earth and Disc as like the pro-bending pieces of Earth that they use in Korra. But
Hmm.
you have to be able to touch Earth or stone in order to make one to throw it at someone.
Hmm.
But it's our version of earthbending, and it's fun. Yeah. Uh, DT asked, if you can. Hell yeah, you can, man. That's like mother. We have a orc spell scar in our campaign, and it's like the spell that she uses most often. I think when Valley of Vajiri is boyfriend isn't playing her. Even sometimes when he is playing her, because it was supposed to be an NPC, and then he happened to show up that day, and I was like, "You want to play this character?" And he was like, "Oh, yes, I want to be crotchety. I want to be so old and crotchety." And I was like, "All right, that one's yours now."
That's what I say when I wake up every morning. Cool. So what else did they find other than parts of Florin lying all over the hallways?
Oh, you have his. Oh, you have all the stuff. Oh, wait a minute. I just looked at his stuff. Why does he have a +1 longsword? Why does he suck so bad?
Why does he have more useful stuff than the white?
They said that these guys came into town and they bought a dungeoneering pack, so we were expecting like a full dungeon. I mean, I guess technically you could call this a full dungeon, but it's like 2 rooms. It's not really a dungeon. I don't think you need a dungeoneering pack to delve into this crypt. You can walk through it in like 15 minutes.
Not if you're Florin.
Yeah, true. Not anymore. Oh wait, is there? Okay, there's stat blocks and stuff. That okay, fine. Ah, now we come to his house. Well, you know what I mean. His coffin, I guess.
The big room.
Yeah, the big room.
Also, question: why do you have a headless horseman if you're encountering him in a tomb with no horse?
Awaz had said earlier. Wait. They buried his horse with him? And then we got on this tangent of people who were like, "I love my pet. Kill it and put it in the box with me."
I mean, they believed that they would live on in an afterlife together. Like, it's not the same way that we think of it. Like, yes, it's horrifying, but also they assumed that they were helping them live forever.
Fair. Okay, that makes it sound a little better.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, if a horse just died, like, it just died. But if it was sacrificed to be in its master's use for all eternity, then it lived for all eternity.
So the monster rancher, I'm going to make sure that my monster is now the trainer and now he will never die. Okay, gotcha. I've made him immortal.
An immortal monster trainer?
An immortal monster trainer.
It just sounds like it's going to be complicated.
A little bit.
Is this for your campaign?
No, just that's like how the Monster Rancher games work. Like if you raise a monster and they get real old, they start sleeping a lot, and then you're like, oh no, they're about to die. But for some reason, if you choose to make them a trainer, like whatever stat they're good at, you can be like, you're gonna teach all the rest of the monsters this. They will never die. They will just become immortal.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's weird because you're used like when they're close to death in Monster Rancher games, they're sleeping all the time. Like they'll tell you like, I'm not doing nothing today, man. Just leave me alone. And it gets real depressing. And then you make them a trainer and they're just ready to go all the time. And you're like, I don't know what I did to you, but that's fine. Live forever, bro. I love you.
Sounds weird. Weird kind of way.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you fight the rider. Wait, all you have to do is just give him the skull and helmet?
If you can figure out who in town has it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be... Well, okay. Again, through the intelligent play portion, the one new guy in town that had a brother who's now disappeared, and he came back to town screaming. I don't know. I feel like that just kind of, there's a small suspect list. Like, it's one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd have to come up with additional sketchy NPCs to make this into an actual mystery.
Yeah. But if you can figure that out, that it's this guy's Florence, the other guy's Claris, I think is his name. I don't know. Clearly fantasy name generator names. If you can figure it out, you can get the skull and the helmet back from him. Again, the fact that he doesn't know there's a skull in it is ridiculous. I don't care how bad of a thief you are. Like,
Yeah.
you would know.
This seems heavy.
Right?
Wait. That is a party that rolled a 1 on their investigation.
Okay, if the characters present the skull and helmet that were stolen to him, oh, he'll pause the attack. I was like, huh? Okay.
Yes, but then if they give it to him, he just stops and goes back to sleep.
Mine, and then he just goes back to sleep. If someone tries to take the helmet again in the future, the rider will be summoned once more to seek it out. Stop taking shit from this tomb.
Specifically the guy's skull. Just leave him his head.
An ancient
what is wrong
suit
with you people?
of studded. Is it really ancient? Because they said this tomb has only been here for 100 years. Is it
Nope.
really ancient?
Or not unless he inherited it from.
Ah, true. An heirloom. He was the chosen one.
Now he's stuck as a stupid dungeon dweller.
Exactly. That's
unite
all
my
they have to
people.
do. It's a big sign.
Oh man, you could actually turn that. You could flip that script so hard. This guy was the chosen one. You could go like full on. Oh crap! That one Sanderson story. The famous one that they tried making a movie out of. Crap! Somebody help me with this.
I feel so bad that I
It's
know
the
I
only
would
one
love
you know.
Brando Sando, and like, I got nothing.
Ah,
Is
the
it
one with
Mistborn?
like the Dark Lord, Mistborn. Thank you. You could go Mistborn with this, where it's like the poor Headless Horseman was supposed to like unite his people and be like the big hero and do something epic. He ends up getting killed early and gets stuck in this stupid dungeon, and now he just sits there as people like steal his stuff, wake him up. He goes and tries to get back. Like, some party has to come along and figure out how to like bring him back, like a true resurrection or a wish spell or something in like the country's time of need to let him actually fulfill
Yes.
his purpose.
Yes. Yes. I love this.
This is our specialization. Bring us meh material and we give you a campaign to run off of it.
Okay. They're like ancient suit of studded leather armor, an ornate longsword, and 50 gold. But like, you haven't told me what the longsword is worth. Like, it's clearly special in some way.
Yeah.
But also, I know my players as people. Like, I know who they are as human beings. That they're gonna let him go back to sleep, and then they're immediately gonna try to rob him.
Yeah.
I was having a shower thought the other day because I had read a Reddit post where someone was like, I want to have a one shot where my players have to investigate a house that is now haunted, but they've inherited this house through some means, what have you, and the previous owners just disappeared. And my idea is that the owners of the house are there's some arcane conduit in the house, and they died, but like their ghosts power the house. And he was like, how do I make enemies out of this? And
Oh,
everyone was like, I mean, like you can make the house attack them. If you want them to be
yep.
ghosts, that's fine. There's a billion varieties of ghosts. If you want to make them elementals, you can too, because the OP was like, I'm thinking like house elementals. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Evil Dobbies.
Oh, that's okay. You took it to a good place. Uh, I was like, I don't
I mean,
understand why you would choose that when, like, I feel like there's so many more viable options. But no, yours makes sense. Someone else was like, everything in the house is an animated object. And I was like, okay, but what if, like, why are you not treating this if the house is arcane powered, like just by itself, and now there are two ghosts that can go anywhere in it? Why are you not treating this as basically a mimic house, where like it's not just the objects in the house, like
yeah.
the the wooden floors come together and make a mouth so that they can chew you up and spit you into the basement, and like the stone floors form into fists and they're just battering you. Like, you could do so
I mean,
much with this.
you could, yeah, there's so many different things that you could do with it, of the different parts of the
Red
house,
caps.
like doing different things. Ooh, red caps. Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like my house is attacking me half the time. I have ideas. I have thoughts.
Mine sent bees after me.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my god, the number of like different horrifying infestations,
Yes.
the moving hallways, the doors that lead to nowhere. I mean, there's so many tropes out there already. There's so many things you could do with that.
This is cool. But my because of that conversation, my house thought was my shower thought was leading back to like way early on in my campaign. Um, uh, Grimjack's character has a Griffin saddlebag from uh, Griffin saddlebag, which is a sentient bag that it is a bag of holding. It's slightly smaller than a bag of holding, but it functions like a bag of holding, except that it can talk. It does have telepathy as well. It can like see through its eyes because it's got like a face on the bag. But when you put things in it, the astral griffin, which is supposed to be like a god that collects things that people lost or left behind, he can actually pull things out of his own griffin saddlebags. And so my players have lost a whole bunch of shit across their time adventuring because they've put it in the bag. And sometimes he just takes it. Sometimes he replaces it with other stuff. Sometimes he improves what's in there. Sometimes he pays you for things.
Mhm.
And my players like think about this Griffin saddlebag all the time, and they hate when Grimjack's like, I'll put it in my bag, and they're like, don't put it in fucking Winslow. I'm not losing anything else ever again. And he's like, come on, Winslow's not that bad, man. And when they raided Agatha's manse, they popped a silence bubble and they stole all her shit. But they didn't have any place to put it except for Winslow. And so
Oh no.
they opened Winslow to the protest of Grimalkin, and they just shoved all this stolen shit inside of it. And one of the things that specifically Bacon stole is Agatha is supposed to have on display like her elf armor, and Bacon was like, I need this. And we assumed it was the armor. And he was like, I don't care about the armor. And like he just threw the armor in the bag and he started cutting apart the mannequin that the armor was on. And we were like, why do you need a mannequin? And he was like, I have reasons. And so he broke this mannequin down and he shoved it into Winslow. Like it barely fit the pieces that he had. And he shoved them into Winslow. And later on, I had the Astral Griffin be like, he took the mannequin and he made an animated armor out of it. When they
Hmm.
opened Winslow, they pulled out this new animated armor like in inert mode. They didn't know it was animated. And he's sort of also like a god of the forge, so he can make things if he wants to. So he took the mannequin and he like shrunk it down so that it's portable until you want to use it like a mannequin. And when it
Mhm.
popped open, it was like, "How dare you touch my children?" And it attacked my players because they did not ask, and they were told not to use Winslow for this purpose. And I still remember Bacon sitting at the table and be like, "Why is it mad at me? What did I do to him?" Because it specifically went for him. Because he was the one throwing everything in her house into Winslow.
Oh boy. Wait, what was his plan with the mannequin?
So the reason why he needed a mannequin is because he wanted to have his own wardrobe of fancy clothes when he disguises himself.
Wow. I mean, dude, you could buy that from any normal shop
Yeah.
in town. I will
Ah.
never, ever, ever understand your party.
But now they have it has a name. I don't remember what. DT, do you know what Grimjack named it? The animated armor has a name, and now, like, I guess technically is a guardian of their home base.
Yeah.
Um, I cannot remember his name. I know it's a pun, but I cannot remember its name. Oh man! And it's not Jamiroquai. That's the mushroom. Still my favorite name anyone has given anything ever. And the reasoning, well, I needed a gender neutral name, so I chose Jamiroquai because it's gender neutral. We're like, what? What? How is that your first choice?
What's wrong with Pat?
I love that boy. I love him so much.
He does provide some of the best quotes of your group. Hands down.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay.
All right.
We got to get to the aftermath now. Ah! Almost knocked down a pile of crap. Stay. Stay. Okay. What happens now depends on the courses of action the characters took. If the characters return the helmet, the rider ceases his nightly raids on the town, the dead stop rising from nearby graves, and life returns to some semblance of normal for the people of Crowsmeat. Okay. If the characters oh, hold on. I just realized there's more maps in this set. One moment. We skipped a map. I don't think they mention it at all, now that I think about it. But there's more maps. Hold on.
That's helpful. Like, I
There's
think
the cemetery.
Oh, is that how you get to the dungeon?
Yeah, you gotta go in this middle one to get down to the dungeon, I guess. Interesting.
Okay.
And then there's a day and then a night version for where the torches are. But we had a long question about we had a long chat about dark vision and how we all think it works. Because your players are gonna go, I have dark vision. I got dark vision. I have dark vision. I have dark vision. Yeah, we know. And if you don't, this helmet that's got the skull in it functions as goggles of night. So you have dark vision. If you're the one human in your party that doesn't have it.
That's actually something I don't think you guys are like not only incredibly adoption agency, I don't think you guys go out at night, like basically ever.
Oh, true. It's just like real
You're
life.
like always tucked up inside by nightfall.
You're
I'm
right.
just realizing that because I'm like, we have a lot of humans in our group.
That's
I'm like,
true. Now that I
yeah.
think about it.
Yep.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Anyway, let's wrap up the aftermath.
That was good, Awaz. You were right. It just came at the end. But it's I mean they tell you can go to the cemetery, but like they don't. They're just like, oh, now you're in the bottom. At least the map was keyed though. They're doing better than WotC.
Low bar.
Yeah. I put the book downstairs already, but I got my copies of Heroes of Faerun and whatever the other new book is that I don't remember already. But at the end, it has like profiles on characters who are important in the Forgotten Realms, and the entry for Samaster, one of the guys who used to lead the Zentarum, for some reason he looks like the Shredder from Turtles, and I can't take that. I can't take this. Sorry, not Samaster. Manshun. My bad. It's Manshun, the dude with all the clones. Like he's one of the worst. I mean, he's a very good wizard because he's like ninth level spellcaster. But I mean, he's one of the worst creatures in all the Forgotten Realms, and he just looks like a cartoon character. And I can't. I'm not gonna take him seriously. I don't care like what threat is on my character's life. I can't take you seriously. Who dressed you? I will take a picture of that. I'm gonna go downstairs after the stream. I'll get the book. I will take a picture and I'll post it at tabletop.
You cackle funny.
If the character slayed the rider explodes in a burst of holy fire. Is it holy if he's chopping people's heads off? I might say, I mean, radiant damage maybe, but I don't know if it's holy. And his bones clatter to the ground, once again lifeless. The dead nearby stop rising from their graves, and life returns to some. I don't like this. Nah, man, it's gonna get dark, and he's gonna rise again. Yeah, ain't gonna stop him. If the characters deduce that Kragus was to blame, oh my, so hard. They return to find him in the stocks and the townsfolk deciding his fate. I think you should put him in the stocks and then teach him anatomy. If the characters did not deduce that Krakus was to blame, they are approached by him as they reach the edge of town. He offers them the magic helmet not to tell anyone he was to blame. They can decide whether or not to take it and whether or not to report him to the townsfolk.
Yeah, we know. It's D&D. People have free will.
Yep. If the characters returned with Florin's body, Kragus is grateful. He apologizes for everything he did, and he thanks the characters profusely for bringing back his brother's corpse. He's just a regular ass dude. So he's gonna carry the corpse around? I mean, I might be like, yo, we buried your brother in the cemetery. If you want to pay your respects or what have you. I don't know what he's gonna do with the dead body. He don't live here either.
He's not even. What is he doing? Still hanging around town then?
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, like, if I fucked everything up for everybody, I think I'd have to leave.
Is he just waiting for adventurers to come by that he can not ask to bring back his brother's corpse?
Yeah.
And hope they do?
I was gonna say, I wonder if they're making it so that he doesn't leave, so that you know, or you think. I'm gonna make words one day. Sorry. They're making it so he doesn't leave because if he left, the Headless Horror would follow him, and then you'd know it was him. I'm pretty sure we all know it's him already.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Your brother's property to the state. He's evidence. I'm bagging him. Okay. But now we get a stat block. I'm gonna change the music for some stat blocky goodness. I like murder and monsters. Yeah, 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 yeah. So this is the Headless Horror. So at the beginning, they said that it's him riding a skeletal warhorse. Does it have? Well, skeletal warhorse actually does have a regular stat block, but here it's just him. But what I had said at the beginning is obviously these guys are. He's trained with this horse. This is his nightmare. Um, so I would give them their own action pools instead of being like they're not trained, so the creature can only dodge if it really wants to, and the player has to tell it to dodge. But I'm pretty sure these two have been working together for quite a while because they dead together.
Wait, did they die together?
I, I, I mean, maybe he did. Maybe since he's dead, he can do find steed. Actually, that would make the most sense because it's specifically stated that it's a skeletal warhorse, and find steed gives you a warhorse and not a regular horse. Oh, interesting. So before that's why our talk of they buried the horse with him came up. Maybe they didn't. Maybe he just fine steeded a horse, and it's a fiend now because he's dead and angry. But does this mean if you give him back his stuff and say some other supernatural thing happens to this town, if you weren't going to make this a one shot and you were going to chill here for a while, why not like you help him out and now he can help you in the town out, and when he comes out next time he's like a nice ghost, and he's got, instead of a skeletal warhorse, like it's a celestial spirit that made it, so you can make it any color you want. Like Grimjack's fucking celestial horse has blue hair.
What?
Because you can make it look like anything you want. He was like, yo, I got a gold horse with blue hair, and we were like, all right, weirdo. Everyone else has a normal horse.
Wow.
Mm. If you got a cleric in your party that can do speak with dead, and you use it in town, and like clock Kragus, this is the Kragus. What's your name? Yeah, Kragus's bag starts talking, and you're like, wait, what? Huh? Excuse me?
Eh? Well,
Man.
yeah, I was gonna say if somebody cast Speak with Dead on the Headless Horror, I would make it mute because he doesn't have his head.
Hmm.
They're like, no,
He
no,
has a
use your noodles.
sparkle horse. Sparkle horf. This is his third horse. Yeah, kinda. It's kinda his, well, his big pony, I guess. This is his third horse. So originally, because he's a tiefling, he summoned a fiend, and it didn't really listen to him. And the rest of the party was like, "That shit's evil, bro. Why would you do that?" And he was like, "Fine, fuck you guys." So he unsummoned his horse. He went into town, bought a horse. The horse got obliterated by a magma rock, and it wasn't. I didn't plan that. It just happened that way. Okay, so like they were in
Mm-hmm.
a line and they jumped over a hole that I was like, yo, you can hear some weird stuff happening in that hole. And instead of being like, let me look in the hole, they were like, I'm gonna jump the gap. And I was like, aight. And so the first person jumped the gap, and then Grimjack went to jump the gap, and there's a magma hurler in that hole, and he just threw a big ball of magma up. And at the time, I didn't realize how much damage a magma ball was gonna do. It's like 4d12. That horse got obliterated.
Yeah, that's bad.
Gone. Half that horse annihilated. And so then after that, he was like, fine, I'm going to make a celestial horse, but it's going to be my horse. It's gold and blue. And we were like, all right, you're being weird, but okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's all you. You do you, boo boo. Now you could have kept the fiend horse. It just was gonna be a dick because it was a dick. And in the side story that we're currently running as well, DM Bacon's character has just re-met that same magma hurler because he's in that area now without the rest of the party. And it's nice and cute. And it came out and it was throwing rocks. And I cannot believe that you all playing there, DT, this includes you. None of you were like, yo, I've seen this before when huge magma rocks come out of a hole where there's lava down there. None of you recall Grim's second horse getting obliterated? That I was the DM who made it. Like I made it exist, but like that is a seminal moment in our campaign for me. You blew up my horse. You blew up your horse. Thank you. I didn't do shit. His name is Hot Glue now.
So bad.
um, so, the Headless Horror, this medium undead, he's lawful evil. That tracks. Uh, he's got an AC of 14, studded leather, hit points 112. That's a lot. Speed 30 feet, but he's on the warhorse, so I think the warhorse's speed is 50 because he's stronger but slower than a regular horse. I'm pretty sure. Um, Strength of 18, Dex of 15. Okay, Con is 16, Int is base. Uh, was it 12? Charisma of 50. He could have been a. I mean, if you want to make this harder, you turn him into a Death Knight instead of a Headless Horror. That high charisma made me think, oh, Death Knight. Okay. Saving throw bonuses, Strength, Dex, and Con. Sure. Athletics plus 10 is pretty good. Intimidation plus 5. I mean, that tracks. He's weak to Radiant. Immune to Necrotic because he's dead. He can't be blinded or deafened because he doesn't have a head. It would be very difficult to blind a man with no head. What if he's blind all the time because his head's in a bag in the helmet? Wait, why does he have dark vision? He should have blind sight. He has no head. What is he looking through? I would just make that blind sight. That's fine. But he does have brute, which means his weapon attacks do an extra die of damage. Which is not to be confused with what happens when you enlarge. When you get one size bigger, rules as written, you just get an extra d4 of damage. But brute is like, I pick things up and I put them down and I smash. Okay, I see. I understand that he's supposed to be CR5 and your party's going to be CR3, yada yada yada. I do see a lot of multi-attack where it's like, oh, it either does 2 melees or 1 ranged. And I get that's usually because the ranged attack does more damage, but you can also make it so that he can do one and then the other if you want him to. He probably wouldn't unless he's already knocked someone down. Or, I mean, he could do ranged attack first, then get into range if he wanted to. Because he has a better to hit on his longsword than he does on. Oh! I didn't read that until now. If you kill someone with the if you reduce them to 0 HP with the sword, immediately decapitated. That's going to be problematic for your new party. Also, the flaming skull, that's got me. Does he like grab where his head should be and then like mimics throwing it, like it's like a shrunken head?
I was wondering about that. I guess he just summons one, in which case, why would you not put a replacement on yourself?
Yeah, I would just keep it there. This is my head now. I don't. Okay. And he's got parry because I'm guessing he used to be a veteran. What if you put it in Winslow? And yeah. And then the Astral Griffin's like, what am I gonna do with this?
Ooh, new phylactery. It's already halfway there.
Decapitation! Yes. But that is Adventures Awaits Ride of the Headless Horror. We're done. We actually
Cool.
finished a thingy within 2 hours. This almost never
An
happens.
adventure, yeah. That's because you were by yourself for most of it. I wasn't there to nitpick everything that they did.
Alos did a pretty good job in your absence. Don't
Oh,
worry.
good.
But I don't think this one was done when it was late, though. Not like the last stuff we looked over.
Yeah, that stuff was rough. Although I am working on the It Was Late design as we speak.
Yes. Okay, y'all. It is time for our poll. Okay, we can chill after the poll. I mean, remember to can chill. It's 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 cool that way. Thank you, Awaz. You're awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so since
Even
Awaz
though
is
we know you
doing
can't see
all
it.
that, I'm gonna do it on YouTube. I feel like I should.
Yeah.
It's shill time.
Yeah.
Oh, GTG minis.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll pop that on the screen while I do this. Since we're here. Boop. I do want to hit up some close by game stores and be like, yo, can I do things here? Do you want free stuff? I'll give you free stuff if you let me do things here.
You really, really need to. Hmm.
I
There we go.
So we have a Redbubble shop and there's Kofi, but like, listen, I'm gonna be 100% honest with everybody here and everybody who watches these videos. I I've never expected anyone to actually send me anything on Kofi. It's just back in the day, there was like a weird hiccup with PayPal, and people used to put their PayPals on their Twitch channels, and then something changed at some point, and we all got like scared of putting our PayPals out there. So instead, people started putting Kofis out there, and someone was like, "Well, you need a place for donations," and I was like, "Those things I'm never gonna get? Sure, whatever." I made a Kofi, and that's why it's there.
Well, you should get donations, but yeah, let's do the usual thing. Hit the buttons, people. It's been a long time since I said that.
It
If you
has.
if you have money, hit the buttons that give Okami money. That includes liking, no, that includes Twitch. Oh my god, I am so rusty. Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, other things. Our Redbubble shop. We have things. I am in the middle of working on new things.
Yes.
So we will have more. And if you don't have money, but wish you did, then you can still help by clicking the buttons to like, subscribe, share us like the happy disease that we are. And as Shin would say if he was here, that will keep you from ending up on the demi-plane of sludge. We miss you, Shin.
We miss you, Shin. And it was, I do have that post. That post-it note is on my desk to figure out what's going on there. That you can't see Nightbot's posts. Very weird.
I tried Googling it last week, and I have not seen anybody else have a similar problem.
Damn
So
it.
you're unique.
Oh. Oh. All right. Poll wise. Next week's topic. If you don't know how this works, I'm going to pop a poll up in Twitch chat. and I'm going to put these options in YouTube chat. You guys have 24 hours from whenever this stream ends to put in your votes. And this week's, I'm going to figure out how to. I just had a little bit of a brain fart there, and I was like, I don't know how to make a poll on Twitch. Yes, I do. I know what I'm doing. I swear. Next week's potential topics are creatures, which I realize we haven't done since like April, which is crazy.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Uh, I think the last creatures we did was when we had those two people come in, and one of them joined the Discord and shared her stuff and was like, "You guys didn't talk about it yet," and I was like, "Hold your
Oh my gosh.
horses." Hold your headless horses. Hold on. I think that's
Wow.
like the last one that we did. But creatures, items, maps, one-shot supplements. So that's just a thing that it could be part of an adventure. It could be a bunch of items, but also has creatures and stuff. Just stuff that we can get through in one day, but it may be in multiple like genres. And finally, show and tell. I had a great idea at the beginning of this show and tell because we were talking about scary horses and stuff. I don't know what that noise was. Did anyone else hear that?
I did hear that.
What was that? Hello? Hello? That was weird. Did you do that?
Huh. Me?
No, AWAS. AWAS, what did you just do?
Oh.
Wait a minute. Did you just do something on Kofi? I've never seen him say you're amazing before. What did you just do? Did you
She sent you money.
Oh my god. The alert worked, but none of us saw it. Come on. Where's the alert? What is going on?
I've never heard that sound before.
All of us were like, huh? Just looking around. What? Hey, Oz, you didn't have to do that. Ah! Stop now, my nose is running. I need to control myself. Where did that noise come from? Oh my god. Cause it's a notification I set up and never expected to hear. So I just got confused. Oh no! Oh what? Wait, he has the Kofi pod has I maybe because it's all in caps makes me feel like I said it, but I don't remember that.
Well, yeah,
Just
but you
because
said it
it's
was like a while ago.
yeah yeah from like I don't want to say it was from pre-breaking the chair era, but I think it was the era after I broke the chair while streaming on Twitch. I would consider pre-breaking the chair like the first era of Twitch for me.
I don't understand.
I
How
I
did you break the chair?
I have no idea, but it was a chair that has been in like my house since I was a kid. And
Mm-hmm.
it used to be in my sister's room in the old house, and then we used it for my mom's computer for a while, and then I was like, no, I want this chair. And then it was downstairs in the den in this house for a while, and then it went
Mm-hmm.
upstairs to my mom's office, and then I took it when I started streaming. And it's like a real old-fashioned kitchen chair,
Mm-hmm.
and I was streaming, and like I wasn't jumping around or anything then. Like obviously I'm pretty animated as a person, but I was literally just sitting there like doing some stupid menial task in a game, and I heard crack, and I went, huh? And then I was on the floor. Chair just completely like disintegrated underneath me. And it
It's
wasn't wood
time
either.
went
It had metal legs. That's why the crack confused me.
Oh my.
I was like, wait, huh?
Oh
And then
my.
and Teth, who's the one who got me to start streaming on Twitch, he was like, I feel like I'm somewhat responsible for your chair breaking because you've been sitting in it so much lately. And I was like, that is the purpose of a chair. I don't know why it
Yeah, it's
broke.
wow.
Anything in particular? I think of these, I'm either going to vote creatures or items, probably. Though what I was going to say is I have a good idea for show and tell for me at some point where I can just pull up my spreadsheet of toys to life and other stuff that I can use in D&D and just show them off and be like, yo, let's talk about some creatures we can make. Okay, there is a plan at some point for us to just get on stream and make a monster or an NPC or something with you guys.
Yep.
That is on the docket. I will the little plan I have is that there is in my list of creatures, I have some Skylanders in there already that other people made stat blocks for, and I would like to do one of them, and then one of them is like, how would you make a stat block for this creature? And it's a bunch of people talking about it, and I feel like we can easily transition from that to just having like whole episodes where we just work on stuff together because I think that would be fun.
Yep. That would be.
And Skylanders are fun. But, you know, actually, if we could go the Skylanders stuff, like what people already made, then show and tell, where I just show you all the Skylanders, then we could pick one to make a stat block for. I think that's
Yeah.
the ideal. I'm drawing an arrow on the table as if that's going to help me make the words to. There we go. The ideal progress path. There we go. There you go. I'm going to word one day.
You always say that.
It never happens.
It's okay. Neither do I. Last night I got like halfway through a sentence, and the tiny barbarian just looked at me as I desperately tried to finish it and failed like 3 times. And I was like, okay, I'm done. No more words for the night. Everything will be hand gestures from here on out.
Yes, please do vote. Wait. Okay. My phone just went bloop, and it said you have 7 new alerts from Ko-Fi. What did you do, Awaz?
Stefan?
What is happening? I I don't know if you can hear my heart, but it is beating very loudly. I'm scared to click this. A new notification came in that said you have a Twitch clip waiting. I don't. Okay, I'm scared.
What does that mean?
Oh, it doesn't. I, I don't know what was supposed to happen, but it just brought the chat back up. I'm gonna do this from a computer later. I don't know what was supposed to happen. Why did it do that? It just brought the chat back up. I know, I'm in the chat. What's happening? My voice is gonna get higher and higher. What? Okay. Well, all right. I'm gonna. Okay. Okay.
Wow. You actually broke him, Awaz. I don't know how long this is going to take to fix now.
You're gonna I'm gonna send you guys a picture of Shin and Lacara like hitting me with hammers.
Yeah. What the hell did you do?
What? Okay. I gotta around 2 hour mark. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna figure out what that blue what I set that notification as. Yo, why is no one voting? Come on, you guys can vote. Oh, Fist, you already know if for some reason you can't get into the vote because I know you've had problems with that in the past. You could just hit us up. If one of you can't get into the votes at all, you can always just send a message. Hit me. You can use the card. I'm gonna make words one day. God damn it. This will take a long time to fix. Okay, I have to reset my brain now. There's a link on Twitch to my card, which has like all my socials. You can come on any of those and leave me a message for what you want next week's topic to be. Because not because the only one that I would say don't do it on is don't leave me a DM on Twitch because they're really, really hard to find now. You got to go through like 7 menus to get to your direct messages. And I hate that because it used to just be, here's your messages. But
Mhm.
I assume it's because of all the weird, disgusting human beings that have messaged people they shouldn't have been messaging. I'm assuming that's why it's hidden now. All right. We got to vote for items so far. Ooh, uh, for the rest of the week, if you guys and gals would like to hang out, or players of all classes, actually, since this is TTRPG related, I am currently working on a video of a breakdown of the new Banner Quest expansion for Here to Slay. Um, I'm doing that on another computer. I actually left the computer on. I was like, I'll finish it later. My sister was here all afternoon, so I barely got to work on it, and that made me sad because I'm already behind schedule. But tomorrow night at 8, I will be streaming. Where's the case? I think the case is here. Um, the demo disc that I got at Comic Con from Hen Studios. Let me switch cameras. Please be working. Yes! SSR Wives, The Murder of My Winter Crush. We'll be playing through the demo of. I know I'm late for Halloween, okay? I know. But we're gonna play this. Whoa, it's making color correction happen. I feel like if any of you are photosensitive, I've fucked you up and I apologize. My bad. My bad. But we're gonna play through that demo. And it yeah, it's kind of like uh not necessarily a spiritual sequel, but in the same vein as Silent Hill, the original Silent Hill games, not so much the new one. Um, so I want to play through that, and I just want to give them some. I don't think they even have a website. I know it's 4 dudes. Well, dudes gender neutral. I think it's 2 boys, 2 girls. Um, that make up all of Hen Studios. But like I can't find their website or any of their social media, and I'm like, y'all need to get out there somehow because you did a amazing job running a booth at Comic Con. But if people can't find you, it's gonna be hard for you to like zoom forward with your game. As someone who's working for a company that is invisible, please, please let me help you. That's part of the reason why I want to stream it. They were all so nice. We had such a long chat with them, comparatively speaking to normally what happens at Comic Con. So I want to support them. I want to play their game, show it off, and I think that that's gonna be the end of spooky season for me. I didn't do a spooky season game like I normally do. I didn't have time. Usually during October I play some spooky season game. Like Illbleed, which if you've been in the Discord, Jack DT keeps asking about because for years and years and years I would play Illbleed every Halloween until I did everything in the game and I was like, it's enough. Yes, send me all the things and I'm gonna check all these notifications momentarily. Well, yeah. So the poll may be over on Twitch, but again, if you want to vote for things, you do have 24 more hours from when the stream ends, which will be momentarily. So I'm going to leave in the chat what the topics were in case you didn't vote in the actual poll. That is also true. I am not going to do my dailies tonight in Rivals. I was about to invite you, and then I was like, I'm not going to do them tonight. I'm going to finish editing that video. So that'll probably be the rest of my night. But I'll be back again tomorrow night at 8. Where can they find you this week, DM Lacara, if they want to talk to you?
You don't find me, I find you. Although I can't really say that anymore because I am now, yeah, I am now available, just not here.
Oh, true, 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 true. Oh, and if y'all haven't already, please go support the Enclave Kickstarter. And even if you don't want to support it to get Aspirant Edition, just go to the Enclave Discord and play the game. They are popping right now. I
Yeah.
did hear from the community manager today that they did not complete their goal of the 12 and 23 last weekend, so they're
No,
setting
I
up
didn't.
to 12 and 23 this weekend. And I was like, I
Yeah.
can't help you. I won't be free all weekend. Boo.
Oh, that's a shame. That would have been fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. Please put in your votes. In the meantime, roll dice, be nice. Take care of each other, have fun playing games, and come hang out if you want to talk about D&D or anything else. Okay, bye everybody. I
Good
need to
night.
figure out what all these notifications are like immediately. Bye. I love you guys. Bye YouTube. Bye Twitch. I know you can hear me waving. Like you can hear the sound of my arms flapping so hard that like it's changing my speech pattern. So at least I don't feel bad. I wave vigorously. Sorry. Okay, bye Twitch.